English. What? Holy man.
Yeah. Oh.
It might be unfair for an actor to take a certain political stand or to make a certain comment because the film might get banned and some poor guy who didn't even say anything would suffer. Perhaps it's not right for an actor to stick his neck up and, make a kind of comment.
To stick your neck out, it means to take a risk. Here, Saif is trying to say that one should not stick their neck out, one should not take a risk by commenting on politics, as it can lead to banning of a film, or sometimes people who are making the film might get affected. Let's take another example. She really stuck her neck out by leaving her job and starting a new business. It means that she did something really risky by leaving her job and starting a business.
Sometimes I think I live in, not in isolation, but a bit of an ivory tower sometimes in terms of what I'm reading and who I'm speaking to.
Ivory tower. Ivory tower means to be disconnected or unaware of the real life problems and struggles that people face. Here, Saif is trying to say that he sometimes is isolated and unaware of the problems that people face because of his lifestyle. They were trying to solve people's financial issues by living in an ivory tower. It means that they were trying to advise people on how to handle their finances when they themselves are not aware of the real struggles that people face.
I mean, I have had an incredibly privileged life, and I'd love to give back in whatever way I can. We work hard and we're balanced in that way, but there's no two ways about it. There's so many people in this country that have no chance.
It means that there's no doubt about what you're saying. It means that what you're saying is absolutely true. In this conversation, Saif is saying that he was born in a privileged family, he was born in a wealthy family and had all the facilities that many people do not have. And this is a fact, this is true. So there's no two ways about it. Let's take another example. You'll have to work hard if you want to pass the test. There's no two ways about it. It means that if you want to pass the test, you'll have to study hard, and there's no question about it, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but that's not true. I mean, nobody turns up drunk on a set. No, I didn't. I never did. But I was a little Western and kind of, I wasn't doing that thing of, yes, sir, I'll sit around here all day when we're not shooting. I didn't toe the line, as it were.
To toe the line. To toe the line means to follow rules, to do what you're expected to do without causing any trouble. Here, Saif is trying to say that he was not somebody who would follow the set standard or who would follow the rule of sitting on sets even when he didn't have anything to do. So in that case, he was not somebody who would follow the rules or who would follow the expectations of other people. For example, you have to toe the line if you want to keep the job. It means that you will have to do what you're expected to do if you want to keep this job, if you want to stay in this job.
More if somebody wants to make a movie with one of them, it's not rocket science. Someone would obviously...
It's not rocket science. This phrase means that something is not that difficult or complicated to understand. Here, Saif is trying to say that if somebody wants to make a movie with his son in the future, they can do so. And it's not so complicated, it's not so difficult to understand. Let's take another example. Cooking pasta is not rocket science, just follow the instructions on the packet. It means that cooking pasta is not that difficult or complicated. All you have to do is follow the instructions. Now that we have done the first 5 idioms, let's do a quick quiz. In this quiz, you have to match the idiom with the situation. I'll give you 10 seconds. If you need more, you can pause the video and please write your answers in the comments below.
Being an actor and being in movies and finding something I love, which nobody expected me to find, really saved me. And I think if anyone learns anything from that comment is if you find something that you really love doing, it can really help you obviously in life because it put me on the straight and narrow.
On the straight and narrow. This idiom means to lead a disciplined and honest life. Here Saif is saying that before finding films, before finding movies, he was a bit lost. But when he found them, he became more disciplined, more hardworking and honest. Let's take another example. After making bad decisions for a few years, he decided to get back on the straight and narrow. After he realized that he has made so many bad decisions, the person became more disciplined, more honest and hardworking.
It's better than, films not running and you being bad in them.
Right.
There's a silver lining somewhere.
Silver lining. The phrase silver lining can be used to describe a positive thing in an otherwise difficult or challenging situation. Here, Saif is trying to say that even though some of his movies didn't work at the box office, he was appreciated for his performance, and that was something positive in an otherwise difficult situation. Let's take another example. It rained during our picnic, but the silver lining was that we got to play board games together. Here they are saying that even though the rain ruined their picnic, they were still able to enjoy. It was still positive because they played board games together.
So it's got all that, and it's a labor of love. It's like you have to be mad. You have to be off your head.
Labor of love. Labor of love can be used to describe something that you do out of love and passion and not money. Here, Saif is saying that making the movie Chef was a passionate project, was a project that came out of love and it had nothing to do with money. Let's take another example. Repairing the old car was a labor of love and he did it because he enjoyed it.
How good was your cricket?
It was not bad. I played for school. I played for my first 11, and I enjoy cricket a lot. But it wasn't lightning in a bottle. It wasn't, oh my God, it wasn't like my father's.
Lightning in a bottle. This idiom can be used to describe something that is rare and extraordinary. Here, Saif is trying to say that even though he enjoyed playing cricket when he was a child, he wasn't extraordinary. It wasn't lightning in a bottle. Let's take another example. Their debut album was Lightning in a Bottle and they became famous instantly. It means that the album that they released, their first album, was extraordinary and they became famous instantly.
I told him, they're giving me these horrible clothes to wear. What do I do? And he said, listen, you can never say that you don't like the clothes because, you don't want to come across like that. What you say is that this is unlucky for you. Yeah, he said they'll run a mile.
To run a mile. This idiom means to avoid a situation at any cost, to avoid a situation as quickly as possible. Here, Saif is trying to say that when he was offered clothes that he didn't like, he would tell them that they were unlucky for him and the designers would avoid them at all cost. Let's take another example. He's so afraid of marriage that whenever somebody brings up the topic, he runs a mile. It means that he avoids the topic of marriage at all costs. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please form sentences with these 10 idioms and leave it in the comments below. Keep unscrewing English with me until next time.